Hello and welcome back. Today I want to give you a quick look into my action battle system with melee and ranged weapons, and also a UI for health bars and selecting your weapons. So as you can see, here we have the health bar, which you can also set to this type of health bar like the monster has. So the player could also have a health bar over that, and you could make this disappear. The first thing I want to show you is that you can get close to enemies and give them normal melee attacks. So you can set the amount from start to or minimum waiting time to maximum waiting time. You can also attack back with melee attacks. And also you have a weapon switch menu, but you can also change your weapons with buttons. So this is a pistol, and as you can see, you can set an according graphic to your weapon. So this is a pistol, and then you can switch to another weapon, so you can easily create different types of melee and ranged weapons. So this is a machine gun, or you can also set up something like a shotgun, so a type of ranged weapon or a melee weapon which knocks back enemies. And you can also set up enemies to shoot back, so they can also have those weapons. And if you get close to them, they will start to use melee attacks. There are a lot of different options for your weapons. You can create different weapons with different fire rates or bigger or smaller bullets. You can change the graphics for your bullet. You can also set different types of bullet for your weapons, like in this example. It is pretty quick. And yeah, you can customize it a lot. And now I want to show you with a new project that it's just a matter of a few minutes to set everything up. So you can easily create weapons and melee attacks. So the first thing you need to do is you activate the core stats. This includes your player health and everything else. So in this case, I want to set the player default HP to 500, and I use sync player HP to menu. So your normal HP will get linked to that HP number. And now I hit OK, and this is how you set up your player HP. Now we will create an enemy. So in this case, I simply choose one of those monsters. And now I use the plugin command from the core stats and use setup enemy. And here you can create an enemy. The event ID, if it's 0, it's for the event that calls the plugin, but you can also use any event ID you like. And the name is not that important for now. We change the max HP to 100 and the current HP also to 100. So we have a little enemy, and that's already it for the HP for your enemy. And in the next step, we will activate the melee ranged weapon plugin. So it's melee weapon. And you can leave it like that. And also we can create weapons inside here. So for melee weapons, we simply double click and double click again. Here's already an example given. So you need the weapon ID. I would suggest you to do it like that. So your weapon ID is just the weapon in lowercase, and your weapon name, which will be displayed later with a uppercase in front, so you know which is what here. And now you can set the minimum or maximum damage. So if you put both to 10, like in this example, it will always deal 10 damage, but you can also make it have damage between 10 and 20 or something like that. And now here's the cooldown frames. It's the time in frames which it takes until you can do the next attack. You can set a knockback range, like you saw in the example with the shotgun. And yeah, you can set graphics for equipped for attacks. You can set graphic frames for your attacks, so it will play free animations. And yeah, you can set attack while moving, retard while moving. But this isn't important for now. We want to set up a quick and small example. So you can hit yes and hit OK. And now you should have a melee weapon on your player. So if I press the action button, you can see that I killed this enemy because I hit him 10 times. He had 10 HP and my attack does 10 damage. So this is already a set up melee attack. And to set up an enemy melee attack, you simply go into your plugin command, select the melee weapon, use setup enemy melee, and now you can create or use the weapon ID to give him the sword. You can do several overrides here, so something like, so if you don't want the enemy to attack every frame, you can set a little delay here from like 30 to 60 frames, and 60 frames are 1 second. So it will always attack between 0.5 and 1 second. And now you can hit OK. And now you will see that he will attack me and that I also take damage. Now you can attack back and kill him. But this was just a little example. So the next thing we want to create is a ranged weapon and the switch menu for the weapons. So we select our pistol weapon plugin, and now we should create ammo types first, I think, because those weapons use those ammo types. And here you can create, here's an example given already, so it's a 9mm bullets. And you don't need much to do here, so we can say the start amount of those bullets are 100. Max amount is, you can also say 100. And if you want the bullets to deal extra damage, you can put it here, but we have damage for the weapons. So the weapons do the damage calculation, and here you can add some extra damage for if you, for example, have heavy bullets or anything like that. So we created a bullet, and now we can go to pistol weapons and create a new pistol. You can rename it like you want, but I would suggest this format. So here you can set the damage. So yeah, 10 is alright, I think. You can set the range in tiles, so the bullet will fly 8 tiles and afterwards will disappear. You can set the projectile speed. Cooldown frames is how much time needs to pass before the next shot can get fired. So this is 20 frames, so it's a third of a second, so it's not that much. Knockback range and the magazine size. So this is the size of your magazine, and this determines how many shots it needs to take until it needs to reload. So we set it to 7 for a normal pistol. Can set sound effects and the fire mode. So the fire mode single means that you have to press the button, the action button, again and again to shoot. The auto button is good for like machine guns or anything, and it will fire a lot faster if you hold down the button. And you have several options here like equipped graphics, but I won't change any of it because I want to show you a quick start. I want to change the ammo source to ammo type. You can also change the ammo to RPG Maker item. So if you want to create an item in a database, you can use that. But I use the bullet I created here and set it to ammo type ID. Now you need to include the name for your ammo type. So we created 9mm bullets. You need to check those names. They need to be exactly the same as in the ammo section. Here is another box or another text box where you can enter other bullet type. So if you create more ammo and you want this weapon to use different ammo types, so you can choose between them. Then you use put in here with a comma separated, and yeah, you can leave this like that. Here's a sound effect, empty shot. So if your magazine is empty, but for a quick overview, I can now hit OK here, and now we can go on and create the weapon switch menu. Now you need to put those names inside of your weapon slots. So the first weapon we got was a sword. So you need this name, the slot ID, use like that. The display name, this is the name which gets displayed in the bottom right corner. The weapon type is melee. You can change between melee and ranged. Weapon ID is also sword in lowercase, so just use this example, but you can change it like you want. So now you can unlock it start, so this means I can use it directly, and you can also select items which are required to get those weapons. But now I can hit OK. So this is the first weapon, and now we can create the second one, which will be the pistol weapon which we created. And we set the weapon type to ranged. Weapon ID again, pistol. And now we can hit OK. And now our menu is set up, and you can see that now my sword is displayed. And if I press W, but you can also change those buttons. Now I can change to a pistol and shoot, and you see the ammo goes down. This is the magazine size. Now it reloads, and here is the reserve ammunition. And now I can go back to my sword And yeah. But the only thing missing now is or are the HP bars. So the last thing we want to add is HP bars JavaScript. And here you can set different options. So you can set it to a HUD. Then you have the face on the left side and the HP bar. You can set sprite bar or both. I will use both now. But you don't need to really make much changes here, but you can customize it. And if I hit play now, you see that on the top left corner, my character is displayed and is HP. And I also have this little HP bar over my player, but you can also only use this or only use this as you like. And now you can shoot the enemy. So this is basically it. I will show you another weapon now. And there's one thing that I forgot before we create the next weapon, the machine gun. You can easily set up enemy weapons, enemy range weapons, the same way you created melee weapons for the enemy. So you select the pistol weapon plugin, you set up enemy pistol, then you can leave it like that. And also change everything here for the enemy, so you can set a little shot delay. So let's give in again a little bit of a delay, so you will not always shoot on sight. And you also have everything that you can define here, so graphics or shot sounds or anything. And now you hit OK and press play. And you see the enemy will shoot back. And as soon as you go into melee range, he will attack you with melee attacks. And now we are back to creating a machine gun. Just to show you how simple it is to create new weapons. So we already have an ammo type. So I just create a new weapon. I call it machine gun. The weapon name needs to be changed, machine gun. And now we can change its properties like this, like range and tiles or projectile speed. Let's make it a bit faster. And make the cooldown a lot slower, a lot smaller. And also set the magazine size to like 30. And fire mode to auto. And that's it if you want to quickly create a weapon. Now we need to add the weapon to the weapon switch menu. So we select a new slot, type in machine gun. Here we also type in machine gun. And here we select the ranged weapon. And here we also type in machine gun in lowercase. And as easy as that, now you have a new weapon called machine gun. So now you can use this and see how this works. And that's it for the Action Battle System plugin overview. And I just want to demonstrate how easy it is to create weapons with it and an Action Battle System. Feel free to join the Discord to report bugs or join discussions or take part in giveaways, and see you in the next video.